to us on Sunday.
Anytime.
I was trying to see if there's a way where you could do something to my hair.
I got a piece in there too, right? Oh, I think that looks like it, Maggie. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, and you?
What time is that?
Okay.
I've only been walking around for about 20 minutes.
So was I.
I understand. I'm like, okay, so I just did what the next best thing was do was go see if I can get my hind done.
That's
So
That's what
I do apologize for my tardiness.
That's quite all
Boy. I'm not as crazy as I thought.
Saying that you got lost coming out of Jersey City.
No, I've been here about 20 years ago. So I'm sure somebody else is probably doing the same thing I'm doing.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm a
I'm gonna
little
have to
dense.
say, behind Dunkin' Donuts in the parking lot.
In the rear
Well, I
parking
done pulled
lot.
335 door. I almost pulled it down. But I have to laugh.
Okay. All right, well, we were just getting started anyway. I was just thanking Ida for
Active financial.
thanking Ida for opening up her shop to us. And thank you guys for coming out on a Sunday, beautiful day where everybody's having fun, I guess. But, anyway, we're gonna go over a pretty busy agenda. I'm gonna try to stick to the agenda and let's see if we could finish up early. But anyway, so we're gonna go over the first of all, Gerald, are we streaming now?
Yes, sir.
I just like everybody to know that we are streaming live, so just keep that in mind, and hopefully some of the other regions in the chapter are streaming online. We're going to quickly go over. Marvin's going to give us an update on the financial report. We'll talk about the membership fees and what we're trying to do as far as the goal. And then the topics that we're going to discuss is regional monthly meetings, of course, and the Anti-Alumni Association has some alumni awards. Planning and development, that's going to be the meat of it, dealing with scholarship fundraising, college fairs, community service, social events, and then I'll talk to you guys briefly about the HBCU network that we created. So on that, I'd like Marvin to start out with the financial report.
Hello, everyone. Here you have the financial report as of February 10th, 2016. Our balance for it from January was $2,099.24. And as you can see, I received a number of memberships, including a $25 donation from Claudette Bennett. For the top four shown here, membership when the membership dues paid was paid through PayPal. So $200 was transferred over from PayPal on February 2nd. The other four were paid at the last meeting, and they were deposited on February 2nd. So now the ending balance as of February 10th is $2,524.24. And below there, you see the average daily balance as well as the minimum balance on the account for the month. We have the bank, as I have emailed the president and Rob as the previous signatory on the account. Hudson City Savings has now merged with M&T Bank. And actually, I went and made a deposit, and it took forever for me to make the deposit. They've taken over the branches, and it's really chaotic. Our account number doesn't change, so it's a good thing. The bad thing is the router number does change, so I have to go into PayPal and update it. But we were having issues before they took over in terms of the signatory. We went, Rob, Cliff, and I went into the branch of Hudson in Newark, and we did change. We did the signature cards, and when we wrote the check for Cliff to get reimbursed to go to Atlanta, I get a call from the bank saying that there's no signatories on our account, which, the Newark branch is a little spastic anyway. I've never had luck with those guys. So now there are a number of branches throughout Jersey City. There's a number of them throughout. I think it would be more in central Jersey, central North Jersey. So we have to figure out when to go to. So the guys this week, I'll make some recommendations because we do need to go in. We have to get new checks. They no longer. I can't even write another check off of this account, even though the account number hasn't changed, but the routing number has. So I did talk to the lady to see what we be assessed the fees to buy to get new checks. So basically, we had bought a bulk check before in the long checkbook, so she told us we would have to pay for those. That's what we're doing. So as the last meeting, I had provided with the members who have the financial members. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that are financial, and 4 that paid since the last meeting. But the deposit was made, but we haven't gotten a statement for that. So then we have a total of 14 members that have paid for the current fiscal year. Are there any questions? Is there any information?
Why owe you?
Yeah. The fiscal year began July 1, 2015, and it ends June 30th, 2016. So I'll just I'll just call it name. Bradford Hayes, Anna Crawford, Mary Hopper, Hooper, Gerald Alston, Racing Laurie, Jacqueline McDonald, Clifford Holmes, Latifah Hayes, Rob Edwards, Elisa Moss, Ponce Titwell Sr., Marva Titwell, Stephanie Titwell, Marvin Moss. But I'd be happy to take any of the dues today. The dues are $50, and we can write a check. Just make it out to New Jersey Alumni Chapter. Okay. That concludes my report. Sure, go ahead.
Have you, I guess, considered changing them since you seem to be having these challenges?
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
I have made the recommendation.
Oh, I see.
But I guess it's in my hands. So the thing about it is we are a nonprofit. Yeah, we have challenges. M&T is new now. I have never dealt with M&T. I think if we convert over like a Bank of America, places like that, they are going to assess us to fees. It's going to be difficult to get an account, even if you're nonprofit and they're not assessed like 10 or 15, 20 bucks a month. This bank doesn't charge you a fee.
You mean like the type of checking or
Yeah,
savings
checking.
account?
We have a checking account. They current with this new bank now. They are requiring us to have a minimum balance, which will probably. I haven't looked at any of the Bank of America.
They normally don't allow
nonprofits and credit unions.
accounts. But most of the commercial banks should have.
Yeah, I mean,
the more popular.
I can look into Bank of America. I'll look into
Like
TD Bank and those like that to see if they will. Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't know about M&T. If they're anything like Hudson, I would encourage them. I mean, not to be majorly wrong, but just this whole piece around the signature card bothers me because that should happen. You go into a branch and you sign the signature cards, and then they don't have them on file.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and just for future planning, I mean, you want something that's convenient to whomever holds the position.
Yeah. And the good thing about the M&T now, I mean, before they I didn't know it, but Hudson is all over Hudson County.
Right.
I didn't know. And now M&T is taking their branches. So, I mean, I'll take the lead at looking at some of the, like Bank of America, TD, and even, what's the other one? Wells Fargo is out there. PNC. So I take a look and see what they offer. Because the big thing would be with our balance, we've been lucky. We haven't had a balance to fall beyond, like right now. I believe the notice I got was $1,500. As long as we remain under $1,500, we don't get assessed the fees and the transactions. So they even have charged you by transaction, but honestly, we don't make 30 or 40 transactions like they're trying to charge you for. So, but I'll take a look at those.
Do we have
That's a suggestion.
right? So do we maintain our own EIN or do we use national?
Now, amazing. Good question. Initially, they told us not to.
Right.
Now they're encouraging us to, because what happens is, like, luckily we're not in North Carolina. So it was a alumni chapter in Charlotte that went into a branch and opened up an account using the Alumni Association's EIN number. Then also did someone in Durham went to the same branch. And what it caused was when they got monthly reports, they were getting each other's information. So now they're encouraging you to set up your own EIN, which is lucky we already had one here because it was set up years ago. So I was about to, when we go to this move over to a new one, I was going to use the Alumni Association EIN, but now we should just use the one that we have because of what happened in North Carolina. So.
So that was my recommendation, that you should open an account,
Yeah.
have the EIN handy because they're gonna require it.
Yeah.
As well as
So,
maybe a copy of
but the
our
one
charter.
that we have here, Smitty, and maybe Rod, you was involved, Rob was involved, but it's been around for a long time.
So do we normally file the tax return, the
Yeah, so we don't
postcard
have,
990?
we don't have to do 990 because the parent organization, which is the Alumni Association, does the 990, so we're not required to do it.
But if we start using our own EIN again, then we will have to do the 190 ourselves, correct?
I don't think so, because see, again, as long as the parent organization is doing it, and we send this financial report,
So we're reporting up to
Yeah.
them.
we're reporting up to them, so we don't have to do that. I mean, good question. Yeah, but we don't have to, even with the different EIN, because we still are.
Gotcha.
Hi.
The present bank and also the banks you're looking at. Ask them to do a copy of that 2000.
Streaming is working.
Oh, the GRA, okay. I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So the question at hand was, make sure whoever we decide to go with, to ask them for a copy of that CRA community, what is it, community reinvestment act, their report, and see how they have, how they've invested any money into the community. I mean, good question. I mean, good point. So then that could help us decide how we're going to do it.
How many grants they give you?
How many they're giving to the areas. Yes, they do. But I think that information is public. You should be able to go online and see it.
Hello?
Okay, I can do that.
Got a seat right here for you.
Any other questions or comments?
I was streaming, so I heard the update, and I'll have my news page by tomorrow.
You can do it online.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it online.
Yeah, I started doing it now.
Just as an aside to that, Marvin,
Uh-huh.
I fixed the button for the keys. So
You did, okay.
yes,
Okay.
so that's been updated. So when they click on it, it's included.
It's included. Okay. That's fine. See, but I make sure I have it. That's fine. All right.
Okay, any more questions on finance?
Well, I'll jump on the next one too. I have a couple of receipts, so I'll get the receipts for the pay class. And then I get the receipt as we pay class. Just that one. Okay, and Clifford asked me to go into the item number 4. As I had told you all before, we have about 14 paid members now. Last year, we had about close to 22 last fiscal year. So each fiscal year since I've been here, we've continued to grow year over year in terms of memberships, but it's not a huge number. I mean, initially we had about 15 the first year, and then we went up a couple more next year, and then we went up 3 last year. So, I mean, if you look at memberships from dues and fees paid, we're growing, but not, like we should be growing. I mean, a much larger percentage than just a couple. So, I had explained at the last meeting that once we get these dates solidified for the future meetings, I'm willing to take the lead to do, at least do some postcards and get them out to all of the members that we have addresses for. Again, putting something else in addition to the social media, because some people are not on social media. So we would probably exhaust all measures at trying to get our membership increased. So believe me, now we have regions, but we didn't have necessarily locations nailed down. So just waiting to get the locations and the dates, then we can do another form putting the word out there about the meetings. So I'm willing to do that. So I can help with that piece. And we have set up PayPal to pay your alumni dues and your local dues here. But we are asking members to cover the convenience fee. The convenience fee is roughly 2.9% plus 30 cents, which comes to a buck or something. Yeah, as opposed to the alumni association.
Plus 30 cents.
Yeah, plus 30 cents.
You know what, let that,
Somebody-
there's somebody there, they look like they got a blue and gold on it.
Oh, his head blue and gold.
And because I think he went past one time before.
So,
Unless,
so the alumni association, so the alumni members who are using the convenience will be responsible for the convenience fee. That's why when you pay, it's going to show 50 plus. $1.70 something like that. Otherwise, you know, we would have to pick up the cost in the PayPal account. And Rob had left some extra money in there, and the four that paid before, we picked it up, so we may be coming after you for $1.75.
I just give you a check. I'm glad you addressed that, because I was gonna ask you, was there a fee for it?
Yeah, there's a fee. I mean, if we can get the account set up to be a nonprofit, I mean, it drops a little bit. You get 2.2% plus 30 cents instead of 2.9%. So, any questions about that? Okay.
Okay, next on the agenda, we're gonna talk about the different topics. First starting out with the regional monthly meeting. And again, this is our first time really trying this concept of going from region to region. Last month, we were in the 3, which was up in Jersey City. And we got a couple of people that also want to come out to the meeting and come out. So, the intent is to go through all 6 regions throughout the year. And that way we'll get engaged with alumni throughout the state. I mean, originally, we've always been up in this region. Well, I don't know, forever. So, and, it seemed like the other regions, people that are in the, southernmost regions, it's just not practical to come up to a 1.5, 2 hour meeting, driving 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. So this way, this structure that we have, which is part of our charter, is Constitution and bylaws, is to move from region to region. We have 6 regions within the state that they're attached to the document that I handed out. And so we have the Meadowlands region, which is region 1. We have the Equestrian region, region 2, Heritage 3, 4 is the capital. We're actually in the Jersey Shore region, which includes Monmouth County, Ocean County, and Middlesex. So this region covers a good amount of area. So even though it's called Shore region, we're nowhere near the shore. So, again, Middlesex County is part of this region too. So, but maybe I don't know later on. Somebody did mention it at another meeting that why did we structure it this way? Well, this is the way it was structured, and it's something that we feel like may need to be looked at later on in the future and do so. But right now, we're currently going with this structure until we see that it's not working. It's a better way to go about the structure. So, all right. And right now, we have actual meeting dates for all of the regional meetings up until the summer, up until June. So the only thing we don't have is we don't have a regional 1 rep and we don't have a regional 2 rep. I was hoping that a potential regional 2 rep would be here today. I don't know if that person got lost, but it's possible. But we're actually, region 2 is where we normally hold our meetings. So we don't find a rep prior to that April 17th date, then we'll look at some places in the region to that we have. I don't know if we could. We may look at going back to Spain's or something like that. But we'll see. Hopefully by next month we'll have a regional rep. If not, then I'll talk to you about maybe trying to get Spain's or something else in this region. And in Region 1, I just met somebody. I haven't actually met him yet, but I was interacting with him through email and phone that lives up in Region 1. He was trying to get out to the meeting we had last month, but something happened. It didn't happen for him, so I might try to touch base with him again and see if he's interested in hosting a Region 1 meeting. So still a couple more regions to get nailed down for regional reps, but we do have the dates in place and we'll work accordingly. All right.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
So if the meeting is held in a region that you don't live, are you still encouraged to attend, or is it limited to?
So the regional meetings are open to everybody.
Um,
So I mean, there's people that may want to come that don't live. There's maybe people that want to go down to the region next month, which is Region 6. A quick little getaway.
overnight visit.
So
Do you think that people think that there's a lot more to do to be a regional rep than
regional
to just say, I host a meeting?
regional rep is just really finding a location for our meeting, and you know, you have to. There's a couple of guidelines in the bylaws that you have to be current in your finances and all of that. But for the most part, it's really just looking for a region. I think later on, we were talking about contacting people in those regions prior to the meetings, and we would leave that up to the regional reps. But I think those on the committee could still help out, you know, as far as contacting people. Because some of the regions have 5 people in it, so you would expect you to call 100 and some people. So, but we're still working through that. Again, this is our first time really executing to this regional structure. And, you know, once we get through it this year, the next year I think it'll be even a little more easier. So, yeah.
No, I just noticed that you have the answer to my question right here on the agenda. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's open to all alumni. I think even last year there was we had a Region 4 meeting, and it was somebody in the next region down that at the time, you know, we were saying it's just for people in that region, but it really didn't make sense to not allow somebody that lives next door to go to a regional meeting. That's why we said, yeah, it really should be open up to everybody. I think Mr. Fouché was telling me something, words of wisdom. You know, saying you're never going to have a 200 people show up. So,
You know,
you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens next year.
One thing I would say is that you encourage people to pay membership.
That's something that
People live rich, you know it.
I mean, that's the key. People, let me break it down real quick. I think I said this before, but we're trying to generate funding with our fundraisers to raise money for scholarships for students that currently live in New Jersey that attend A&T. The only way you're going to do that is you're going to have to get alumni engaged. Now, our database, we have roughly about close to 1,000 alumni that we know live in the state. But what we don't know is the contact information that we have is current. And so when we send out emails, if we don't get responses back or something that says undeliverable, we don't know if people are seeing it or not. So we're trying to figure out the best way to get engaged with alumni. Marvin's talking about sending out postcards. I think the only real way that you'll know for sure if these people are current is to contact them. Contact them and let them know what our structure is, that we're going to different regions. It's no longer we're just up in North Jersey, you know. And as long as we have a list of where we're going to be at those months, and let people know, then I think you get more participation. But the key is how many people do we know? I mean, do we know that there's a meeting here today? You know, and some people know, some people don't. And the thing is, we don't know who knows. And so we got to look at trying to figure out a way to get people more engaged. Just even so from a financial standpoint, everybody can't participate and come into a meeting or can't be actively involved behind the scenes. But if you can't do that, we look at least look for people to send a financial support. That would help us out tremendously from the standpoint of even if our goal right here is to get 100 people, 100 alumni to be chapter members. And even if you get 100, that'd be way more money than we've ever gained in any fundraiser. So if you get a small percent of the people that live in the state of New Jersey just to donate 50 to 50 bucks for your chapter fees and dues, then you know, it would help subsidize any type of fundraising that we have to help give out scholarships to the students. Yeah.
My question to Marvin, since we're trying to contact these people, would there be in a form of trying to get information, like update your current address, update your email, update your phone number, kind of thing on whatever you're sending out or trying to do?
I mean, yeah, we can include all of that. And I'm sure we probably could set up something on our website to have people go out there and maybe, you know, update, fill out just an informational sheet, and we can direct them to it. Because we can put anything in the postcard that we want.
Yeah, I was just, you know, just questioning that, you know, since you want to send something out, because you might have the person's house address, but their phone number may have changed. Or emails may have changed or something like that.
Now, what I have here, this was a conversation we had, oh my God, 2012. I had created I don't know what was a questionnaire with about 4 questions that we were going to initially do Survey Monkey and get it out to all of the email addresses. But again, this is one of the things you start, this never happened. But this may be something we can do. And we just asked 4 basic questions. This was back when we were trying to determine, you know, well, what do people want? Why aren't they coming out to the meeting? It was just 4 simple questions. So we can resurrect this because it was one of those things that, I mean, we prepared, but just never went to the next step. And the next step was really to secure Survey Monkey. I mean, you can get it for free, the basic, but the basic don't give you really what you need. And then we had start to get the gold packet and so forth. So I mean, you hit good points. This is something if we want to start back and pull it back up because I still got all the information. It just never went to the next level.
Yeah.
And it asks questions of people like, what county do you reside in? Do you currently attend the meeting? Yes, no. If no, please provide obstacles that prevent you from attending the meeting. 3 is what changes would you like to see happen at the New Jersey Alumni Chapter monthly meetings? What recommendations do you have for functioning as a statewide alumni chapter? You know, this was back when we were really in the midst of getting the structure changed. But we still could probably take it back and change
why
the
don't
question.
we sort of update that a little? And
Okay.
I don't know if anybody can leave that.
I can leave it. I mean, it's a charge for us to have a, it looks like it's about $204 back then. It was $204 annual fee. So we would not just use this one time. Hopefully we can use it, whenever we need to. But it's a way of, I think, has everyone here ever got a survey from Survey Monkey?
Yeah.
Pretty cut and dry. You answer questions real quick. They can be open-ended or closed-ended, and you get really good information. But this may serve a good purpose for us because once we can hear back from alumni if they will complete the survey, that's why you don't want the survey to be too long. It's only 4 questions. But we can tie that piece into it. But then we can also, Gerald can set up something on the website like that we could have for people to update information. We may not have their contact information, but we can direct them there. So
Yes.
that's something you can do, right? You can get behind. So there's opportunity to do both. So I'll resurrect this and maybe what I'll do is I'll get the questions and send it around and see if others got comments that
Right.
they want to make changes to this. But I haven't still, it's just we never took the next step.
Yeah, let's do that, because I think we need to use whatever method, technology, whatever, to reach out to as many alumni as we can, making sure that we at least have the updated information that's current. And so I mean, that really feeds into everything that we're trying to do. And if we don't have the correct information out there, we're just talking amongst a small group, you know, ourselves, and not getting anywhere. So.
Just to add on, while he was talking, I looked up, and the software that we use for our newsletter can be integrated with Survey
Oh, it can?
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
we could use our already existing list
Okay.
that's already set up to send it out to the 400 and so people that have good email addresses that we have now, and you know, we can use that.
Right, so maybe we can use that instead of sending something out. I don't know.
But what he's saying is
For the
that
survey.
No, that's what it's an integration.
it's integrated.
I can use what the service he's talking about works with our email.
Okay.
But I don't think, I mean, can you do it? Was he, because he would.
No.
Survey
You have to
Monkey
use
would
both.
quantify your analysis. and
Yeah.
everything. I
You have
mean,
to use both together.
Oh,
They're using
got
together.
it, got it.
But it's just that we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Got it.
We can put it into our already existing email list and send it out with the newsletters that you all get. in your
And
email
it'll just
app.
have the link, I'm assuming, there that they can just.
I think
go
it might
straight
actually
into
have it might actually be the form
the form.
that will be in the email, but we can figure that out.
That's good, that's good. So I'm hearing for me to go and move forward to go ahead on and do the investment of getting Survey Monkey. And I will send out what we had done before. I'll tweak it a little bit based on what was said here. Because again, question 4 was even before we were entering into the statewide function, but we're already in it now. So it's only 4. See, we didn't want to have too many because folks would abandon. Well, they'll get in there and see.
I don't have time.
No, and we don't want to abandon it. You know?
I just, ask for their contact information. Is there a way, like, some of us are on Facebook, so in the status thing sometimes, could we, those of us who are on Facebook site, we're looking for our Aggies, and this is our, New Jersey Aggie Alumni.org, and then is there a place on that, on the website that they can put the name and phone number or name and
And
address?
That's what he was just saying.
Yeah,
So I think we're gonna have to add that.
He's Mr. Master. So I'm gonna say,
So then if all of us did that, maybe we could find a few more people,
So if I what I'll do
on Facebook.
to start, I'll set up a form that people can go to the website.
Mhm.
I'll send out a Facebook
Mhm.
post,
Yeah.
and then you all can just share it
Right.
with everybody.
And it'll direct them back to the website to update their.
Yeah, to put their info.
And LinkedIn too, because every now and
Oh,
then
yeah?
somebody will hit me up with LinkedIn and I'll go, oh, what Aggies. And I don't know where they are.
Oh, good point. All right, so I'll jump on this, I'll jump on that this week and get it out, so we get comments.
Okay.
It won't die this time.
Okay. We're following up next week. All right, so next on the agenda is the A&T Alumni Association. They have their annual 2016 Alumni Awards. Nominations are being accepted right now online from now up until April 1st. So there's 3 different awards that they give out: the Howard C. Bernstein Distinguished Service Award, the Julia S. Brooks Achievement Award, and the Velma S. Sprite Young Alumnus Award. Was it 2 years ago, or I lost track? Last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I won the Julia S. Brooks Achievement Award. It was pretty cool experience. I would suggest anybody that, and don't get me wrong, I know some of us are very humble, and myself, I'm humble. These awards that I receive, I don't really do what I do to get awards. But I really think somebody in this room should apply for at least the Howard C. Barnwell or the Good Sports Award.
But shouldn't you nominate somebody?
I would like to nominate somebody, and I think I did it before, but I know this person is gonna be humbled about it, and I still would like to nominate Robert Edwards for at least the Howard Barnwell. I have to look at the
Barnhill.
Barnhill.
Second?
Howard C. Barnhill.
Well, can I?
Yes.
Maybe we like to.
You know, we've got some good senior season acts that live in New Jersey that have done a lot. We got authors that live in New Jersey. Like, I'm thinking of Dr. Barber here.
Mhm.
Don't, not well, I'm speaking now. You know, you've been well recognized by your peers in the state of New Jersey and outside of the state.
Yeah, but I was, I guess I won the Distinction Award in 1971 for most of you guys were born, so.
Oh, wow, so you're a recipient of it. So how old you born?
I don't know, when I organized the bank in Pittsburgh, a lot of those things, I received
Okay.
1971.
What about Ponce Tidwell?
So,
Jim was good, sure.
Yeah, I mean, he donates a significant amount of money to the university and has. It's like $5,000 a year for the last 20 years. It's like,
Yeah. Right, you're no.
They share the same last name. That's too bad.
I would,
Right, Steph's father.
I would like to nominate, we could nominate several people from the chapter.
yeah, you can, I think the way it is, you can, well, you know, but I don't think it's
But,
you
Yeah.
can nominate, in every category, if you wish.
I mean, Edith has been recognized by the city of New Brunswick for her business.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, ideal. That's service. Well, that's a key.
Oh, about. More like they want to beat me up.
But you all will
Right,
know.
but I want.
It's sort of ironic that I'm trying to encourage somebody to, accept a nomination when I myself didn't really want to do
Oh,
it.
you're the same way, yeah.
So I know how you feel, but I think an act did happen. It was good. It gives you the opportunity to go down there. That alumni reunion weekend, it was an experience for me. And so I think just being honored for the work that you've done over these years in the past, over your life, it's just a good thing to be recognized now.
Yeah.
Still here.
So what are we going to do?
Huh?
What are we going to do? I mean, the people you want, I mean, that has, Eve's here, Rob is here. The other one is not here, but I guess we have to reach out to him if that's the case. The young one, you have to be 40 and under. Right? So 40 and under.
Mr. Boucher said he's not 40. What about Brother Gerald? Gerald, are you on the 40? Huh? You on the 40?
No, sir.
Just missed
So did I.
You got a couple of months.
Yeah, we got about a month, but
Well, this is what March.
I think we maybe through email we'll continue this conversation and see whose names that we want to nominate.
Because if you're considering Tim, wow, okay, achievement of the students, it could be either one.
Yeah,
See, Rob fits in either one.
right.
He fits in.
No, I really would.
Because I remember one year, DC won all three.
Yeah.
All three, yeah, all three. They had a representative from each of them.
As far as,
Huh? Say again?
It's part of the dance group.
Yeah. Someone from there won, Power C, and yeah.
And I believe these are all posted online.
Yeah.
You can actually go online and read the criteria. But Gerald, is it possible to get that on our site?
Yeah, I'll
Or it has the criteria and everything for the.
yeah, I'll take whatever they have up and put it.
Okay.
Or at least link it to it.
Right.
Either way.
But I'll send out an email and try to connect everybody on the executive committee to this and to nominate a few. Big consent, of course. Okay, the next one, two people one person that came in just in time. You're up.
Oh, I'm up. Oh, my. Hi.
We are just getting to the planning and development part, where we're talking about scholarship fundraising.
You know what, you can put your code on any one of those chairs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
So Jackie had this idea about a casino royale, and Latifah was looking into like doing a brunch at this place for the Addison Park.
Yes.
And so I was gonna have her just talk about the cost and everything associated with that. I don't know much about the casino royale. I don't know. I've never heard of that. But Jackie was going to present the information.
Oh,
You need some more? Oh, you got it?
Two more down the
Two down. You got two? Okay.
So we're looking to do some type of scholarship fundraiser. Last year we gave out two $1,000 scholarships. This year, looking at Marvin just went over our budget. We got around what, 2,500. So we need some type of a fundraiser to raise money quickly. We're going to continue to be able to give out these scholarships. We have to do something this year. Last year we had enough money in the budget where we were able to do something without having any type of fundraiser last year. But this year I think we have to do something if we're going to continue to give out scholarships. Anyway, Latifah is going to give us background information on Addison Place.
Addison Park is an upscale banquet hall. Very, very, very nice. It's in Monmouth County, so it's in the central part of the state. And I went to an event there during the holiday, and it was really nice. And one of my colleagues actually works in the sales department and sent me this email that I copied for everyone based on the price that he got from the ownership and what's included. It is more expensive than the place we previously used, but it's also a more upscale venue, so I would expect it to be. I think it's a good price for the location. I think it's a great price for the location. It's one of those things where, do we want to plan an event where we can make a margin so that we can do the scholarships, and what kind of event would that be? Would we be able to charge a margin high, a price high enough for a brunch, in order to make the same margin that we made before, which was about 50%. No, 100% actually, because we charged $60, $65 a ticket, and the cost was like $30 at the previous locations where we would do the brunch. So we got like a $30 per ticket margin at
the Pine or the one before
the one
that?
Before that. Oh no, the Pine Manor, the what Marvin sent me was about $30. Yeah, it was 32, somewhere around there, but generally a $30 profit. So if we were to get a $30 profit, could we have an event during brunch hour that people would be interested in paying $90 or $100 to attend? And if so, could we get an artist or something that they would pay that kind of money for a ticket?
I think,
I can work on an artist at the last minute. Depends on who's in town.
Yeah, I don't think that would be kind of a high price ticket much.
Yeah, that's the only downfall with this place is, believe it or not, $60 a person is a really good rate for all of the stuff for that location.
Now, is that including the open bar or was not?
That's including no open bar,
No.
but that's including mimosas and bellinis.
Okay.
Yeah, but then what do you have to charge? You gotta-
But that's the point I'm making is if we made a $30 margin before and we were able to do the scholarships with a $30 margin, we would need a $30 margin again. Unless, basically we don't want to reduce our profit because we won't be able to do the scholarship. So the question is, for a venue like this, is brunch the answer?
Well,
What would we be able to do to make something worth $90?
I'm not, is the $6 I can break even, please?
Yeah, no
that's the
tax.
price of the-
That's the price per person.
That's just the price
That's our
of-
cost.
yeah.
So you gotta clear that.
So we have to, right, so our cost before was $32. So we were able to charge $60 a ticket or $65 a ticket and make a $30 margin. Whereas cost is $60, in order to make the same margin and be able to afford to give the scholarships, we'd have to charge $90. So the question is there a venue that's people gonna come out and spend $90 for during brunch? I mean, is there an event? Is there an artist or somebody they would pay?
even with race, for example, it's a little tough. I mean, 'cause if I bring in my wife,
Right, because even a concert ticket, people are paying $65, $70. It's not even $90 for that.
No, I went to,
Except Beyonce.
what was the group that did our last one?
Yeah, everything.
Valerie.
Oh, Valerie, yeah.
I
Valerie
went to a
Adams.
New Year's Eve party right here at the Hyatt. I mean, sold out tickets. I mean, they are really good, and they're even better than that they was when I came to see us.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Was that?
Well, when I say artist, I mean
Yeah,
somebody
I
who's,
I was there.
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
I?
too.
when I say artist, I mean somebody who's
I was
got
there.
a big name artist. We can get a big name artist at the last minute. It's just,
But you gotta pay.
is somebody gonna pay
You gotta pay
$90
them.
to see
You
it?
gotta pay them.
You gotta pay
Oh,
them.
no, not if they remember Jay-Z said my time is an investment. Yeah, they donate. It's a 501c3. It's a big donation for them.
Yeah.
So if they charge $100,000 for a 90-minute set, they would deduct that in their taxes. They do it all the time.
You think of doing it?
Who would do that?
I mean, it depends who's available at the last minute. The question is, would somebody pay $90 to see any artist?
we need time.
That's the
Okay.
question.
We
Queen Latifah, mother lives in Jersey. We can find out if she's home for the weekend. Those kind of things. But is somebody gonna pay $90? That's the real question.
If I might, I still have the summary that I did, or the analysis that I did a few years ago about how much we paid per year for like 4 years, and I think this might help guide the discussion.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you quarterly, yeah.
Yeah, and they all run around $30 cost, right? 20 something even. That other place that we did it two or
I
three
think
years
one
ago.
year we broke even.
Gallery
right?
Hill, that was like 20 something a person, wasn't it? the cost?
No,
I
no.
forgot.
But they charged us for tips. This place is no tax, no tips, 60 flat.
Oh, good. Okay. This
And it has valet parking. I mean, it's quite upscale.
I think in the last event we held, which was in 2014, we charged $65, I believe. Now, if you're looking at this sheet, if you look at the last column, our break-even point for ticket sales during that event was like 78 tickets sold, and I think we barely
And that was low
sold
compared to
that
the usual.
number of tickets.
we sold
And the
last
bottom
year.
line there on that page, we only made like $595.
Right.
So
And this was 65.
that's right. That's
$65 a ticket.
That was
And the
65.
cost was 30.
The Stella year was 2011. I think it's fine. kind of
Yeah.
got here with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was either sold out and had to bring another table.
yeah, yeah,
Like, whoa.
You need
yeah.
to get that back.
Mhm.
This is just me personally thinking that, I think the Galloping Hill, I'm assuming back in 2011, is that when we had Bradford?
Yeah,
I think he charged us a nominal.
800.
Yeah, that's what helped us
he
out.
charged us about
650.
800.
No, 650. It was very, very.
Yeah, but he went up
Again,
the
they're
next
popular
year.
too. These are
Yeah, but at the
Yes.
time, I think we had more people selling. I think
Right.
it really had nothing to do with the venue.
Is how
It
many
had
people were
nothing to
selling.
do,
I
it had to
agree.
do with the number of
number
people
of
selling.
people selling.
I agree.
And I think by going through these different regions, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we had a nice crowd last month. We got a nice little crowd this month. By going to the different regions, we're making people aware of we're having this venue, because we probably have something in the June, July time period, so 4 months from now.
Mhm.
And with enough people selling tickets, I think we could probably make this work. And this is just my opinion. Anybody's inputs are welcome.
Did we have, the last time, did we have it like in July or something?
It's always
Yeah.
in July.
It's always in July.
Like
It's always
second
in
weekend,
July
second
or?
Sunday in July.
Yeah, again, but
Seem
that,
like,
it doesn't have to
Doesn't
be.
have-
I know, because it seems like that's when people are not coming out, like it was.
Well, we had no problem
Well-
getting people to come out to Cliff's Point when people were selling tickets.
Right.
When we had enough
That's
people
what-
selling tickets, we never had a problem with people coming out. Never.
So that's kind of before vacation starts, like that next, that third week in July.
Right.
More people are going on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so.
I mean, it doesn't have to be
always-
July. The only thing, it has to be before August, because that's
we
when
have
the
to
scholarships
submit.
Well,
are
I
gonna be.
I was thinking more like in June.
I think that the people we have here now, do we think that we can sell the tickets? That's the thing to think about. See, I know I sold a lot of tickets, but I haven't sold any for a couple of years. I'd have to rejuvenate.
Right.
You have to really jumpstart here,
Yeah, yeah.
30 people.
I don't know. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, ticket sales revenue 9,900 in 2011.
So I mean, the key is to get more people to sell tickets.
Right.
That's the key.
I think the days
I
of
sell
Fouché days,
I mean,
when
I sell
Fouché was able to sell 30 and 40 tickets, those days are gone. So I think that's right. And so what you gotta look at now from an organizational standpoint is how many people of the organization can you get to commit to a minimum of one
One
or two.
or a table.
Right. I mean, that's ideal, but I'm saying
A table
most
of
of the
10.
organizations now are trying to hold members accountable for a minimum of one, ideally two, because you go as a couple. If you're able to achieve that goal, I mean, you're well above the name bar. But as I said, I think there's days of saying now I just happen to we got ball coming up this weekend. We got a fur raffle and all that stuff. That's the Shriners. I contacted one of my church members. She wondered what I've been doing. Some kind of way we got into talking about fundraising. And I said, well, we got a raffle coming up. She said, I'll buy one. She says, matter of fact, how many are in the book? I said, 10. She said, I'll take the whole book. Now, she had my check ready as soon as I dropped off the book. She says, here, you take the book, you fill it out, put whatever they want. That person is unusual, with those people who are walking around looking for charitable organizations to get to. But, I'm like, hey, if you don't want to fill it out, yeah, I got your check, I'll fill it out for you. But I'm saying, those days are gone when you find that kind of person who has $50, no problem.
What are your sororities doing nowadays?
You know what, I'm not active, but I went to a Martin Luther King brunch with the AKAs in Trenton. They had over 500 people there. And I'm AKA, but I'm not active, but I'm looking around, I'm like, I don't get all these people here. But they apparently do it every year. They had a lot of vendors. But it was over 500 people.
And how many people are active in that chapter?
I don't know. It's a big
See,
chapter, I think.
see, and that also plays a factor too of the activity of that chapter and how many tickets are being sold. So
And if they don't sell tickets, I think they assess them.
yes,
Yeah,
we do.
exactly.
They
Yeah,
do.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you still gotta pay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what,
So it's accountability on the person
Yeah.
that's selling.
so can we hear about this, this Casino Royale? I heard a lot about them. I've never been.
You got it. Question, make quick.
Oh,
Before she
no, I
gets
just
into that.
wanted to make a comment about it. I stayed to that event last year, I didn't go this year.
Uh-huh.
But I think we have, if you're trying to do it this year, before you gotta keep in mind the wedding season, you're not gonna be able to lock into venues between May and early July unless you are giving them some money. So it's gonna be hard for us to beat a wedding price. You know, for
Well, we're looking at brunches.
they're not gonna, I'm just thinking, you know, some of the better venues, even for me, I know it's gonna be difficult for me to get people, maybe Harold might be able to get 5 people to come up from Mercer County up this way. And
Well-
even still,
Monmouth County is pretty central.
I mean, did I say Mercer County? Okay, I said Mercer County. So, I mean, that's where my people are. There are a lot of Aggies down there. And we want their support. And I think once we start making our stops, as we continue to do there, I mean, you know, we don't get 50 people out, but they still know we're in the area. So my point is, you know, maybe we just need to look around at different other venues where the cost may not be as high. And
Right.
Just a thought. Throwing it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. That's why the question is, how much of a margin do we want to give up a margin for the sake of the venue? Now, granted, this venue's spread, the food alone is 10 times better than any place we've ever been. They've got carving boards. I mean, it's just, you get what you pay for. So do we think people are going to feel differently about changing the venue? Are they going to be willing to pay? Are we going to have to add something to it to make it more appealing than just a brunch and a saxophonist? That's my question. Is $60 is not a lot of money for a brunch at this place, I will promise you. This brunch at this place is equivalent to like the Hilton, Short Hills Hilton brunch, which is $100 to go to brunch. People do brunch and people pay for brunch. I would not have a problem paying $60 for a brunch at this place. The question is to get our people to come out for our cause. Do we need to add something fabulous to make it $90? Because it's not just $60 for the brunch. It would need to be $90 to make that kind of profit margin.
right, so to your point, I was actually thinking that it would be great if we had some type of signature event. And Edith mentioned, you know, Martin Luther King brunch. I mean, there was a theme, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there was a speaker.
Because then people
So
would
I
pay.
personally don't want to spend any amount of money just to come sit and eat. I need more.
Exactly.
So I don't know if we look internally to find out who, you know, we can highlight or who we can bring in to highlight. But I think in addition to maybe looking at a brunch, we should also look at doing a lot more of like the smaller things, because I
Yeah.
think people want an experience more so than anything.
Right.
So even if we just had a night at the theater,
Right.
you know, but we got tickets, but we still padded in a little bit of money towards a scholarship. Like I would do that. I would spend $40, you know, for a $20 ticket and let the rest go towards scholarship.
Right.
So something like that.
Like
to
having a
attract-
cause.
Yeah, and
behind
also
it.
to attract more people, because a brunch is going to attract a certain demographic.
Right.
And I'm just saying, how can we do some other things to attract some of the other people? We need
Right.
to have a day party. You know, I mean,
Oh, yeah, amen.
you know,
Okay, I will tell you, we can get Bismarck for a day party. I'm telling you right now.
I'll be there.
And Bismarck, I have been to a Bismarck day party. I got goosebumps just saying. You see that?
Now, where
He is one of the best DJs I have ever, other than Larry Levan at the garage. This man's DJing skills. I was, listen,
talking about.
Bismarck was, oh baby, you know me. He's a DJ now. Let me tell y'all, he covers all generations. That man can DJ. So yeah, day party, absolutely.
Okay, that sounds good.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Another idea.
Amen to that.
I like the big one.
I like that too. I like
I don't
that.
know how big the choirs are now, but a concert with the the youth choir out of New York.
Oh, the Harlem?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Them and
The Harlem Boys Choir.
combined
That would be
with
nice.
the
Isn't there one in
youth
Newark?
choir, and I just saw the
Yeah, New York Boys.
chorus
Chorus.
today.
Okay.
If you combine them together, again, we have to consider cost, because you got to give them something. They don't. I'm sure
They
they
don't
don't
come for
charge
free.
like $5,000. They might take a nice $300 or something. Depending on
Listen,
how
if we
much
spent-
get.
If we spent 5,000 at the Galvin Inn,
Right. So my point is, I don't know what is it, the Pine Hill that place.
Where we went before Pine Manor.
Galloping Hill.
You can probably get that cheaper than some other places and get somebody like, the Harlem Boys Choir and somebody else. Not where it's, you can either get them or just maybe them and another group. Just a thought.
I mean, there's racetracks. I mean, there's just things
yeah,
that we can do that I don't think we're taking advantage of
yeah.
here in New Jersey.
Jackie, why don't you talk about your casino? Oh, yeah.
Well, I had an opportunity to experience Casino Royale in PA. So I did some searching online and also made a contact yesterday with one of the guys. He rents the tables out. He's online. His tag name is Wild Willie. And but he rents out casino tables, and it's based upon, like, if we had 100 guests, we would get 8 tables and 1 craft table. That's for 100 guests. Now, if we, which roughly speaking, the price would be $2,500. That's roughly speaking. So, but that's just the tables. That's just everything involved. That's not including. That's not
Does
including.
everybody?
No.
Understand?
What-
You
what's-
understand
what's
the
the
concept of?
Not
Okay.
at all.
All right. So the
Is that
concept.
legal?
So yes, it is.
Okay.
So what the concept is that it's just an evening out of casino. It's not really gambling, but it's just raffling off whatever prizes that we have. So it's just set up
okay.
like a casino night, actually. And we would have to rent a place, and this person would come in and set up the tables. He will have dealers there, just like we were down in Atlantic City, but Atlantic City is here, wherever location we want.
But there's no gambling for money.
No, it's just raffles. You just get a raffle ticket, and what we would have to do, we would have to get a license, and because I went online to see a gambling license, which roughly costs $100. Then wherever the municipality we decide to have the event in, we still have to get license from there. And I don't know, some municipalities may roughly cost $25 or maybe a little bit more. And since we are a 501(c), we could file it just in case we would have our own personal licensing, just in case in the future we want to do it again, if it's something that the organization wants to have. But then we would also, he said, from the parties that he has done for people, that what the people normally do, the organizations usually get sponsorships to help offset some of the cost of these tables, like the crap tables, the blackjack tables, and even the Russian roulette tables. So the evening can be fun. I had a good time. I know the guys had a good time because they were sitting at the table. I tried to push one out for the blackjack table. So, I mean, it was just an event that the men enjoyed, and out of fun. And what happens is you exchange those chips that you receive from wherever you're playing into raffle tickets, and you take those raffle tickets and then you dump them into any of the prizes that we have available.
You display the prize.
Yes,
And the prizes we would get donated.
if you want to get them, yes, that's correct.
That sounds like a great event
But you gotta
that we could have on target for next year.
Well, you have to have money up, yes, you go that, but keep in mind, we still gotta find a facility to do it. But then- Yeah, and this doesn't have to be for this, you know, it could be for another planning year, or even the fall or whatever. But I wanted to throw it out because it is fun. I witnessed and the guys just love it, so
And so you just paying, you sell tickets for folks to come in.
that's correct.
And
And
this,
that's
they
all.
know it's for
Just,
scholarships.
just
That's
out of
correct.
curiosity, how much was the ticket for those that you went to?
65, but that was in PA, yeah.
Okay, so last night I went to another little AKA event. You know, while I'm laying in the bed, you know, recovering from surgery, I'm thinking, you gotta get out. You can't just be laying here working and doing nothing. So they had a little event which I went to last night for a few minutes over at this place called Venue. Okay, but what it was a old school jams.
Yeah.
All right. So what hit me when I walked in there, because I'm walking in the door behind two guys who were like 24, 25. And I'm like, where they going, right? And they were going in there. And it was a whole group of people that, you know, the AKAs plus a bunch of young people. And it was it was $25. And they didn't give you nothing. They had some candy up there.
They had good music.
The music was great. You had to buy your drink, $9 for a cocktail, and one of the sorors said, "Oh, if you want some food, you go in there and order it." I'm like, okay, so what? So they paid probably for the venue, right? But they had to have made money.
Cotton Club
The place-
style.
the
Old
place was
school.
packed.
Old
And it was
school.
fun. It looked like a lot of fun. You know, I didn't know anybody, so I stayed about
Old
30
school.
minutes and went home.
Listen, day party.
It was great,
Old
yes.
school.
And that and seems to me like that's not a lot of work.
And you fry some chicken, make some macaroni and cheese,
And fried fish.
and you sell plates over on the side. Listen, I used to sell my grandmother plates at her little card parties. I'm just saying, we could do a spades tournament. Old school. People love old school
They
stuff.
do, yeah.
And all we gotta pay is for the food and the DJ.
Yeah.
Most
Lot of
venues,
ideas. Jackie is the lead for our fundraisers. I would just like people to give her some ideas. We've talked about ideas here today, but let's talk about some more ideas that we would have. Some of the stuff I think is probably good for the future. But right now
we need something by
take
July.
a low risk.
We need something by July. If we're gonna
I
do
think a day
scholarships,
party would be low risk and probably wouldn't cost very much.
get a DJ. We got a day party, fry some chicken,
Or not
But
even
potato
where?
salad,
The
sell some
question
venue,
plates.
if that place was
The
cute.
venue that's off of
Just about venue
287,
1850.
used
Yeah.
to be two cons.
Yeah,
Yes,
that one.
exactly.
Oh, that place.
They had
Yeah.
3 rooms.
What's
They
the name
had,
of the venue?
it's called Venue
They
now.
changed the name.
Yes,
They
it's the
renovated
Tunnel
it.
Arch. It's in Somerset, right off of
It's
Grady
Somerset.
Center.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
used
so
to be.
venue 1850.
Is it?
You know what?
They doing that in Brooklyn a lot. You know, you go downtown, come over the bridge,
One person at a time.
come over the bridge. There's a bunch of those old warehouses that they converted into these rooms that's for rent.
Mhm.
You don't need a liquor license. You bring your own. You set up a little table. They have a little. The only
That's
thing
how
they
we
put
used to
in there is a bar stand, and that's it. You bring your own folding chairs. And I actually went to a repast one. Just saying. That's the Brooklyn repast now. You know.
The oh, I was gonna say they had covers on the chairs, so all the chairs were white. And you know, the tablecloths, and it was cloth covers for the tables and the chairs. It looked really, really nice. It really did.
And the party rental places are not expensive. I rented some tables and chairs, and it was way less expensive than I thought it would be. It was really, really. They drop them up and pick them up the next day.
I guess with anything, currently our budget right now is only $2,500. So whatever we do, it has to be, you know, within our budget.
I'm a coordinator for the Signal Data Club.
We've been trying to raise money since November to help offset the cost of taking our mentees to Boston for a regional conference. One of the things that we did was we paid $86. We got 1,000 tickets for basically to do a raffle. The raffle, I think somebody mentioned it, a book of 10 for $5. We started in November. The raffle takes place, and basically it's whatever. It's a pick three against what the New Jersey lottery is. They pick three. $5 per ticket. It only costs us $86, and we're giving away 2 prizes of $500. So our goal is to make $5,000 and give away $1,000. It only costs you $86.
We do a calendar raffle where every day for like 3 months we pick a ticket, and it was similar. I think we made a couple $1,000 to give away. It was different places, different nominations.
And another thing, I don't know if they still do it, the St. Mary's annual thing where they give out they raffle off the car. Very cheap, low cost overhead because they print the tickets, all of that. I think I can't remember where it was. There was a split between the tickets. You keep like 60%, I think, and you send off 40%. We were doing it in Chicago, and one year we did it as a regional. And it's just easy money to make those folks. In the car, they're raffling on 5 cars.
Wait a minute, where do you get the cars from?
But it's not us. No, that's why I said St. Mary's get the car. St. Mary's Parish out of Ohio or somewhere. And, so it's nationwide. People all across the country do it.
So what
And
percentage goes to Chester?
You keep 60%. And you send them 40%, and they do all the work. All you do is selling tickets.
Nice.
So I don't know if they're still doing it.
Those are things that we can do rolling.
Yeah.
Those are easy
Yeah.
things we can do rolling, like Zahar said, have some kind of activities that are annual.
That right there sounds like, raffle tickets sounds like something that's simple. I buy raffle tickets off of people who don't even expect anything. No.
So what can we do by July?
By July, we could do raffle, we could
do
have a
raffle.
tea party.
And we can work on our membership.
That's the key right there. If you have to get some folks there.
Yeah, maybe if everybody in the room take responsibility for getting at least 5 people to pay dues.
Yeah.
Right, start there.
Yeah.
You get somebody.
You said it.
You know
500
2 people.
what is it? 100 people against 5,000.
Right.
I think I know
That's your 4 scholars.
quite a few people.
That's your 4 scholars. 100. We're well on our way. We got our collector. How many days?
And maybe we can have a challenge. I don't know, I don't know what the prize could be, but maybe there could be a challenge to see who can get the most members or something to pay dues by a certain date.
We got 14 right now, so we got 4 more, so we're at 18. Unless other people in the room want to pay their dues, but now they're gonna have to pay it.
Y'all have
Okay, so you're gonna pay for it. Yeah. So I think all of that, and the big push is that we can get the members to pay their dues. Then
Right. If we can get them to pay their dues, then we can get them to come out to something.
there you go.
Get them invested.
Yeah, maybe not a meeting, but something, because most people don't want to spend their time.
So Kelly,
Yeah, the agenda is a bit on.
Kelly and I were gonna, I was gonna say that, come early April time, I think Kelly's probably online training, but we're planning to do like a house potluck for like Aggies. We're gonna get one Aggie to start bringing another Aggie, like a
Nice.
house
That's a
potluck
great idea.
to kind of start like a social network. We want to have that right before there's like HBCU spring kickoff that takes place around like late April.
Where is that?
And it's at one of the parks up in the upper east side, kind of like near Harlem.
Grants Channel? Grants Channel?
I'm not sure the name of the park, but they had it there. They did it last year, the first year that they did it. So you had like a bunch of different HBCUs that came out. You had like FAMU, AT.
Maybe we can get a table there.
Yeah, so Kelly and I, we went last year. It was a nice turnout, and we want to leverage it this year. 'Cause this year's going to be the second year for it.
Okay.
And I met one of the girls from FAMU who was the girl who puts together. They're expecting to be larger this year. So we want to try to have like a Aggie pop-up prior to that event to get more people to go to that event.
Right.
And use that as a social tool to then kind of drive up membership. So yeah, we can with the membership drive while we're there, and if we have any nailed down fundraiser activities by that time in April, you can even promote that to the other HBCUs because you're gonna have a lot of them there. Last year it was a huge turnout. This year I'm pretty sure it's gonna be.
Is that a recent graduate or young alumni initiative? Sorry, John.
I don't know the girl actually who started it, but from the female that I met, she was younger. So, but now with last year,
For us, would that be?
you guys can come out, yeah.
No. I was asking, would that be more of a recent graduate or
It's
young
for a
alumni
younger
initiative?
For the
potluck or for the HBCU kickoff or whatever.
It's a younger crowd.
That's what.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So everybody can come.
Is that what you're saying?
Right.
That population, that demographic, and then everybody else, if they want to go, sure, but you focus on that
correct
demographic.
That's a really good
That's
idea.
old parks, okay.
There'll be a bunch of folks there our age, I'm sure. I mean, this is the second year, it's probably gonna grow even more.
At least I'm getting
at the spring kickoff event,
Jack and
you had all 8 out there.
It's called Spring Coming NYC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spring
So
coming.
it's like an Aggie
homecoming,
fest.
everyone came home.
It's like an Aggie Fest in New York, huh?
Yeah, but you have,
Nice
like,
concept.
you have all the other HBCUs there.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
really
said,
nice.
Older couple, like husband and wife, they came out, they had their chairs and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
Was
It's
there
gonna
not?
grow, I'm telling you
Oh,
what.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be
It's gonna
Yeah, it's
blow
gonna,
up.
this
Yeah.
year I'm expecting to probably be a lot
Even
better than
more.
last year. Last year was great.
Can you sell raffle tickets there?
You know what, you probably can amongst the
I'll give you 1,000.
Did people have tables? What kind of did people have tables up?
you
Was there entertainment? What kind of event is it? Is it,
Yeah, so everyone like still for the Aggies, they brought like blankets. Everyone brought like a dish. Like I think I might have got some fried chicken. People might have brought like a burgers. It's kind of like a picnic style, and you have like your
own music playing.
your music. You got your own drinks. You got your own food.
so it's just a bunch of people who got together in the park?
Yep, and I think they had a basketball tournament. They
Okay,
had a basketball tournament. Yeah.
okay,
So
got
you
it.
had different schools. The
Yeah.
guys played against each other.
They're gonna be coming looking for a permit soon.
Of course, 'cause once it gets big, then.
75 people or more, yeah, in the New York City Parks Association. Okay.
Travis, is this what was last year's event, the type of event where you could have taken names and contact information?
Yeah. I mean, we met a couple of people who that's how I met this girl from family who told me.
Right.
So you can take people contact information and pass yours.
Well,
out.
around with a clipboard kind of thing.
Well, because we had stated about 5 minutes ago, the word a membership drive might be a part of that. But my follow-up is that would you feel comfortable if someone wanted to pay dues right then and there? Would
Marvin
you
could
feel
be there with his
comfortable
receipts.
accepting that? And if you did feel comfortable accepting that, would Marvin give you some of his receipts? We just throwing it out.
I wouldn't be uncomfortable if someone on the spot said, "Hey, I want to pay now. I'd rather get them while it's hot."
Would you be comfortable lobbying for it?
Right? 'Cause you don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't
want to be responsible.
Oh, basically, we can create, here I am with these folks. Because I can
But a
do it. I
card,
have a problem. I can have a card, make up some cards for you to pass out that way
That's
up,
what
and they would direct them,
That's actually
because,
what
they are the young, young folks, they like that
For
word.
your potluck?
No, Kelly and I spoke about.
I'll
maybe
make up some
having
postcards.
some just like some general like
Business
cards,
cards.
business cards down where we can have
Something like that, that they can
all the
direct
website
them to.
information,
Yeah.
PayPal, and we can hand that to them. So it's
So like organization cards.
yeah.
I like the little things that go into cell phones.
Oh, back.
Because folks ain't
What are you talking about?
Y'all know I'm a
swipers.
salesperson, right?
She talking about.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna-
It's just
You
not gonna
have to
happen.
give everybody one.
If you want membership on the spot, you're gonna have to get one of the squares that go on the cell phone.
Oh,
And it automatically emails you the receipt.
Yeah, we already discussed that.
That's how it is. I mean,
Okay.
our PayPal account allows us to do it. It doesn't
Yeah.
cost much.
Yeah,
It
because
doesn't cost much.
yeah.
And you connect it to your.
Nobody's
your-
take those flyers gonna be on the floor with the rest of the flyers out there.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so,
the era way.
so in general, I'm loving the idea of $86 for some raffle books.
Yeah.
Because we could sell some raffles
Yeah.
quick, fast, and in a hurry and bring in some money. I could sell raffles like, hey, I need some help, y'all, for some, we want to give some scholarships for $5 or something. I don't see why that wouldn't be a problem. That's something we could do immediately to bring in, some additional revenue.
So what do we do the drawing?
Well, we could raffle off a little bit of money.
I mean, the 50/50 raffle works when you're at a venue, but how does it work if you're not like?
Yeah, I can't commit to that.
You give them the name.
I'm just telling
I
you
got
right now.
that, but will they get it? Will people really buy a 50/50 raffle ticket?
I'm not trying to sell 50.
I'm just throwing it out there because, what we gonna raffle
25,
off?
50.
Oh, just cash. So it's still cash, so it's still a thing.
cash, yeah.
I think I'm just used to raffle. I think I understand your point because what I'm thinking too is I haven't been approached to buy a raffle about anything outside of a venue ever.
Something culminating, or you're buying it because
You're at a
the
venue,
raffle's
you're
gonna
at an
be at
event, and you're buying a raffle. The basket's there, or it's a 50-50 potluck. I don't know the last time somebody asked me to buy a raffle haphazardly.
So what?
Well, I'll call you next
Excuse me.
Yeah, I have it.
Leon, what were you all raffling?
What were you all raffling?
Cash.
But what,
How much?
So when were you gonna do
But
it?
you started it a
In
long
Benetton?
time ago.
No, it's, you get people to
We
sign
can
their
do that on
name, their
meeting.
contact information.
Okay.
It's based on what happens on the New Jersey lottery, so obviously if they have the ticket.
Oh, this is the old school numbers.
Whatever you call it.
Oh, my mother's grandmother was numbers running. Y'all just running numbers. I get it.
I don't understand.
This is
kinda
old
is,
school. Y'all just
yeah.
running numbers.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
y'all got
wow.
the old school number running back.
So
Okay.
this is something you're doing every week.
No, we've been selling the tickets since November.
Okay.
The raffle is going to be based on the April 2nd and
Oh,
the April 9th.
Oh, okay.
Marvin, I'll talk to you later about how you run numbers. And where they
Well,
go.
yeah,
They
y'all
used to be
talk
based
about
on the
that.
horses back in the day.
So you guys got one date set that is gonna be on 2 days. And whatever the results are from that,
The big three.
amazing. That's smart.
They
like it.
It's been
that's
smart.
what-
They running numbers.
It's totally legal.
I'm not in the gambling. I don't know. Sure, you had a comment.
Right.
Because you
Hold
mentioned,
up, hold up.
Mark, just because you mentioned a raffle, a coworker of mine told me that he did a lot of fundraising for his daughter's sport, and he said the easiest way he did was that he would get an iPad and do a raffle for them. And
Because people won't have.
he's like, because people will pay $10 for it, a chance at an iPad,
And an
and
iPad
people will just buy it. And he would probably make about $5 grand.
Yeah, iPad Mini is like $400. iPad Air is a little more.
Yes, considering we are 501c3. We don't have it because we don't have it.
I like that idea though, Leon.
So, I mean,
Future date,
So what's the decision?
future date.
well, I think, does everybody agree, for one, that we want to do some type of raffle tickets?
Well, do we have to be licensed?
We have to get.
Yes, we have to get a license to raffle.
I don't know what it takes to apply.
You didn't.
Well, I would suggest that
We're
we.
not giving away thousands of dollars.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
Look on the
New
website,
Jersey, state of New Jersey.
yeah. That's why
It
I
takes-
said you running numbers, right?
It takes about, what, a
It came
month,
from
maybe, I
Six,
guess.
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Can you actually look into that for us?
Yes.
So I was online with the raffle, yeah.
Oh,
But you need, but what municipality we're looking at, because each, when you do a raffle ticket, it's based on municipality.
We're
Yeah.
state.
So wait a minute.
so we're not-
Well, I know that there has to be a way that we can include the whole state, because I know for our calendar raffle, anyone, anywhere in the country can participate.
But my question is, do they have a gambling license?
Well,
You
it was a license to basically sell the raffle tickets.
Right, and you're,
And my
yeah,
chapter.
so they probably got both.
Exactly.
Whatever we had, it was easy.
Yeah, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get it done.
Right. Probably the similar process we use to get out, what do you call it, the S1, some whatever, to get out tax exempt. So that took us about 6 to 8 weeks.
Well,
I forgot New Jersey. New Jersey is so strange.
Yeah, it is strange.
So
It is
bad.
strange.
It'd be better after Christmas.
we're not doing anything, we're not doing advertising, it's all about word of mouth.
But that's advertising.
That's not.
Word of mouth is advertising.
Baby, that's old school number running. We don't let alone.
That is advertising. You asking somebody
You won't
to
get in
buy
trouble unless
something,
somebody
advertising.
bring it out.
Yeah.
You wanna
Yeah,
do it the
no.
right way.
Hey,
I don't-
Jackie, could you look into that and see what we would need to,
So we need money. That's
Old
all.
school.
what else?
Yeah, I gotta see, depending on the municipality. Well, that's all on the state website. And I know we need for
My grandmother gave them,
well, she might have
But he's
given
saying for
money
the
to
raffle.
your grandmother.
So see what.
I know by the house every day. Depending on the municipality. Yeah, we can say Middlesex County, because they may come back and say, well, what municipality are
Well,
you
where's
from?
our charter?
So
Don't be in
that's
there.
the actual.
Yeah, we are.
The charter.
The charter is with the university.
Yes, see, again, we are a,
So
we're
there you
affiliate of North Carolina, of North
Yeah, we're
Carolina.
not, can we just? read another
So,
one?
but we are a state chapter. Again, you have to go on the state's website, 'cause I'm sure New Jersey has everything.
But that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking, I'm talking from the
Well,
state
you just
website.
take
So
a location, I mean, use your municipality,
this municipality is Middlesex for me.
the county,
Yeah.
but municipality will be, okay, what city?
But that doesn't mean that that's the only place that we can sell.
No, it doesn't. but
Well, it'll be state.
Yeah.
And it may be more of a state thing with New Jersey as opposed to an actual municipality. You just have to check on it.
No, it's true.
It's both, we're just
Yeah.
on
Well, then where are our addresses? Where's our PO box?
it. PO box is
East
Newark.
Orange. Oh, is it Newark?
PO box is Newark.
So in New Jersey consumer pays.
So check on
And it says you can't sell
it.
raffles.
The state-
No, no, no.
the state-
That's
this-
the
this
whole-
is one
You can't run it
strict
up.
state.
It has a huge amount of information about what the
You
rules
can
are.
sell raffle tickets, but you can't run numbers. Let's be clear.
Let's find out.
It's a great idea. They've been doing it in Harlem since the 20s.
Excuse me. Jackie's gonna find out what we need in order to sell raffles. And I guess you could shoot it out to an email. We can communicate the email on what the response is, how much it is. And we have to look into creating the raffles too. So there's some print company doing that. And then also what we want to charge
And what are we gonna
and
be,
what are
right?
we gonna give out.
Yeah.
So, it's just
Isn't
cash.
this our 125th?
Yeah.
We can tie it into that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think people tend to be more involved in things that have a cause, that have a, some kind of,
Something connected to it.
yeah.
I mean, we
I mean,
actually-
even next year, we
it's
should
our
do
The
something.
university, actually, the
That's
university is having a 125th scholarship gala. I believe it's in April down in North Carolina. So we could call this our 125th.
Celebrating 125 years of Aggie Pride.
Scholarship.
I mean, even next year, I was on Facebook, and even next year, if we do something February 1st, to commemorate the World War sit-ins, I mean, I think if we link it to the history, I think Zahara brings up a really good point. We link all this stuff to something historical or with a cause. I think it's going to be much more possible to have multiple things going on, annual events. So we've got enough causes. We've got the Apollo, the anniversary of the Apollo when it crashed. Wasn't that in January? I remember that. because I was in
I
school.
think so.
Oh,
it was
86.
It was 86. I was in school. That was my
Space Shuttle Challenge.
Yes, the Challenger. Thank you. I remember that he was an Aggie. You know, right in there. So I mean, we've got so many different things that we can.
Well, while Jackie's
link things to.
checking out what the procedures are, and policies are for raffling, why don't we throw out some things that we want to that we can raffle? I mean, put around this raffling, some type of thing.
125 years.
I like that.
Because doesn't the fiscal year end July 31st?
Maybe
Is this are we in the 125th year or does it start August 1st?
Oh, the 125th year is the whole
The whole year, right?
Of which year? This year that ends July 31st? Because it's not January, December. It's
It's 2016.
2016. Well, I'm talking about for our fiscal year of our, are we talking July at all here? Are we,
I mean, it's gonna be different.
When are the kids going to school? When are we giving out the scholarships?
are we talking?
It has to be by
August,
Right.
Wednesday, August 10th.
So if we have to do this by August, are we gonna leverage the 125th year now?
So, well, it's two different things. One is the fiscal year. The other is the fact that the anniversary is 2016 because it was 1891. So it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
That's me
It
planting the
does-
seed to
Yeah.
show a little urgency.
No, but I get you. Like,
Linking it too.
but ours is,
Celebrating the whole year.
but yeah, but the
So we'll
anniversary.
celebrate
is-
this year and the next fiscal year, as far as first half of the second.
Yeah, but we
That
we gotta be
fiscal
finished.
thing just messes me up.
I know.
Yeah, it is weird.
Because we have to, because we need to plan a sense of urgency. We don't have the whole year from this meeting forward. I mean, we can strategize for 10 years down the road, but if we don't have the whole year to strategize if we're gonna do these scholarships.
That's why I have to have.
So that's why we have to do something quick. So I think we're raffling right now. The other thing, as far as seeing on something elegant, we can work on those things in the following year. But we first have to build up this network.
I got you. And then, so then, are you gonna say then we should just concentrate, we're gonna look at a raffle, because that's something quick and easy, and then we will push membership all of the time. And that should really be
I
our
like
big.
it. So I said all of us know at least 5 people.
Yeah.
I know more than that.
So with the prize at the end of the fiscal year, like June 30, whenever our June meeting is, like $125 to coincide with the 125th thing or something.
Would each member
Or
commit
some
to
couplings.
write a check on?
Or something, $125.
Yeah, I like that. I have a question. This event in New York, is it daytime?
Yes.
How about an after party somewhere in New York, the New Jersey alumni after party kind of thing?
Yeah,
What's the
well,
date of this?
I think it's a
is it
whole
date
weekend.
posted yet?
Is it a whole weekend?
It's a whole weekend of
So you
activities,
could
but
do-
this particular-
Wow,
do
we can
it.
probably pick it up
You could
Saturday.
pick a venue and do a little
Is it
party.
in the summer or early spring?
April
Oh, it's
24th. through the
Is it uptown?
22nd through the 24th.
For the sake of time,
I know, because the people, how you wear.
I'm
any
trying to
ideas?
try to get some
Any
ideas
ideas
for
you
July.
guys have? Send them to Jackie. Any ideas you got?
I like
Send
that.
them to Jackie.
I really like piggybacking on that.
So we had a lot of good ideas today.
And then it's $125. Yeah.
Right.
For the raffle.
That might be a good thing for money. So,
I like that. I
that's-
would commit to $125 to check.
Yeah.
I would.
and so
It's
how much would
celebration.
raffle tickets be?
Hmm?
The cost of raffle.
And
How much do they usually
What, that's two different, wait a minute,
Yeah,
we have two different
You got-
conversations.
Right.
going on here.
Yeah, the other one, just the
One was
commitment.
membership, right, just to get,
Yeah.
whoever gets the most members, right, that was
No,
one
he's talking
idea.
about selling.
Buy a certain thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how much do people usually buy raffle tickets for?
Oh, you don't.
Is that what you meant by how much will it cost? Yeah.
Depends. So let's look at the license first and then.
Jackie's looking into the license. I was gonna look into a venue that will print the raffle ticket.
So we still
Fair
need to
enough.
be having plans, okay, because it doesn't take that long to look into a license if it's in advance. But
Yeah,
what is
that
it?
is just-
Yeah, exactly. So what would the plan be to, how many raffles in a book? Are we gonna do 5
Is that
raffles
something
in a
y'all can
book?
discuss within committee?
Well, I don't have a committee, just me and Mark. So talk to
Yeah,
them.
I can talk to him. 6 bucks is what y'all pay for your
86.
86 bucks.
And how many did you print out? I mean,
How many?
1,000.
1,000. So how many books was that? 1,000 books?
About 100.
100 books?
100 books a 10. So 100 books a 10.
So can we have at least a takeaway plan before we
Yeah,
leave this meeting, or a goal for
Well,
what
the
we're gonna do
goal
before July?
Well, the goal is assuming that this
If-
is low cost. We need to put a price on it and have a thing to it. And have,
If we can get a license and all that stuff, right?
I mean, that's
Well, yeah,
that's-
I mean,
we don't
Okay,
get
can we
that.
have a plan B?
plan B, if that don't work,
We pay for the license, we don't know how long it's gonna work.
6 days.
6 days.
6 days.
So then
So
we're
hopefully,
into
all things by
April.
April, by the middle of April, we should have this nailed down. All the paperwork necessary.
Okay, I got it.
And then they give
So that'll
us
give
2
us-
months, 2 to 3 months
3 months.
to
To
push
sell
it.
raffle.
And we're still pushing membership too. you know.
Right.
So
So
between
we can
those
do the
two things, they
membership
will,
now.
they
Okay.
can pay for our.
Membership now. I think I mentioned this last month. I'd like to work with Rob, since he's very good at writing, to draft up a letter, just to explain what we're doing in the chapter, as far as the regions, going through different regions, but really focusing on giving. You know, I mean, we all talk about Aggie Pride, but I think it's if people don't hear from you, they're not willing to give. You know.
And that sometimes, if you hear I am with this postcard, a letter or something, and then leave at the end of it, here's our mailing address, the membership is $50. You don't have to come to meetings, but yet you can be a member. I mean, we did it in Chicago, honestly, guys. We had about 150 people, actually, 150 people that were members of the Chicago chapter, and they never came to the meeting, but they sent that dues in.
So you mailed it to them?
Yeah, there was a letter that
Postal
we did,
service?
we did a letter, like he said.
I like that.
Yeah,
Just
a letter.
built.
Yeah. And it's just introducing.
Because we
and
have what,
naming here.
600 emails?
Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot. We got a lot. So anyway, it's a great
Anyway,
idea.
so we'll push we're getting the word out to pay dues, and then also pursue the raffle. And I think between the two of them, so we're saying as far as brunch or anything like that.
We're gonna pass
that out.
Yeah.
Plan sooner. Yeah, something else. Or we can do somewhere.
Right.
And I have one other idea. Maybe if you pay your dues, then you're automatically entered into a raffle. That you get at least 125 or something.
How about
If
we
you pay your
raffle some
dues.
Aggie gear?
Something like what I
But
got.
that's hard if you don't know
You
the
know,
size
the
and stuff.
size.
Maybe a gift card to right Aggie store or something.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So again, for the sake of time,
I've asked one question. How many alumni are there in New Jersey?
1,000.
roughly 1,000.
1,000. Why don't we, for the sake of kind of getting this train back on the right track, use the old-fashioned commitment and do it by regions? And so each region, we need $500 by June 1st. And do it several ways. When I was in NAACP, you know the freedom train folks talk about? If we had to depend upon black folks to pick our freedom district in the state, I did some of that when I worked with Dr. Brooks. And I just call it thinking background, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how to call you guys get a month from everybody from Wounded Warriors to you name it. And some of those things are fake organizations. They're just fake, very fake. It seemed to me that we would just say focus on each region, the 6 regions, right? And focus on 200 people for the region, Aggies and non-Aggies. $5 a month to debit. In other words, do it through your bank. The bank would just take out $5 every month. The bank. You don't have to worry about it. That's $60 a year. Don't include that in terms of any membership. Membership is something that's thing. So they put it on and they just forget it. We raise more money, and you know, I call it hell from people who were still trying to pay about a $30 membership. The branch got $2, the rest go to national, that kind of thing. I just feel that we're serious about black colleges. Some things are happening now that I'll mention later in North Carolina. That we don't have to say change our whole style of giving. And I say it for two reasons. First of all, having spent my life in the church, I used to go back home, and men who were adults when I was a teenager, they were still paying that $1, which was equivalent to about 45 cents 20 years ago. They're still paying that $1 or $2 in the offering tray. You know, and they never did think about tithing, and yet they're good Christians. It seems to me that we can have a telethon, each region, and do it on a serious basis. This is the 125th year, right? Okay. Tied to that, but also tied to the fact that we don't want to invest in raffles, we don't want to invest in parties, because most times the folks who benefit are the folks who host that kind of thing. You're not making the money that way. I brought the NAACP to First Baptist because they were going on the high and spend $65 on stand and make no money. How to take half of 3/4 of the money, not including the ad book and the printing and the tickets, etc. I'm saying just for 1 year, from now until July 1st, let's focus on the 6 regions and give each region a goal of $500. How much money we need for the stars? $2,000.
It depends on how we want to give. We've been giving.
Part of the problem is
4,000 at 4, so it's
What I'm
4,000.
saying is,
part of the problem is having a representative in each region.
I mean, we got
That's going to take that challenge.
I mean, keep going.
but I'm saying, and just have like a bank, you know, and just let them sign up, etc. And this is A&T, Agri Crime, all that. But do it until we don't want to have any fundraising costs. We want you to commit at least $5, no more than $10 each month, because they will forget it. But you got to stay in touch with them.
How about just modifying a little bit and just tie it to membership? Because we still want them to join the chapter. I like that idea, but I think if you tie it to membership, that gives them, you know, an end. They're a part of the organization.
So that becomes, let's say, $7 or $8. Membership would be $50 a year, right?
$50 a year.
And the additional money, let's say if it's $8, that makes $6 a year, right?
Yeah.
Now, anybody who's talking about they're committed to the Freedom Train, and it's installment.
But that's the problem, the lack of commitment.
No, it's not about that. But you gotta be asked. We do a telethon.
Yeah.
When James Harris became president,
Yeah.
I went to the station manager at WCTC, and we had like a 9 to 3 o'clock telethon around the state. We interviewed Reverend Surius about NAACP. We interviewed someone that was signed. And we raised more money because the money, when they start, you know, people want information, but they always not just will support a good cause. If you read them, you're right. We can say $50. So each person is committed to, let's say, 96. We need somebody on top of that to take our scholarship, right? So I would suggest that, but let's focus on those regional reps. Put pressure on them. Because this way, for example, you don't have to only depend upon Aggies. You can do grandma who got a grandson, and et cetera, et cetera. They raise money. That's how churches raise money. I'm saying churches raise money because they continue to ask for money. They continue to ask for it. But I'm saying this is a small amount, but there's no reason why, if we got 900 so-called Aggies here, that 600 should be dues paying members.
If we had 600 paying dues, we would have.
That's all you would need.
We would be
I tell you why I feel that way.
15
I tell you why I feel that way.
We would be the
I feel
DC
like
chapter.
they're rather than having deliver. I do it for a reason. Some of the folks in this room are First Baptist. And you'd be surprised if folks, if you read the Pew Report out of Philadelphia, you'll be surprised how many black folks support the lottery nationwide. Understand? And they save our money. Understand? See, I don't buy that. I don't give Negroes any excuses, anything. I'm serious. I raised $8,000 when I chaired the NAACP about 8 years ago, and I brought in Joe McNeil from A&T. And most folks had never heard of Joe McNeil. But what I did, I called this casino a Bogota. I talked to the manager down there, and I got $2,500 to bring in a diverse group of students from the high schools in Central Jersey. And they sent me $2,500. And I brought these kids in to have a picture with him and to meet him and that kind of thing. The point I'm saying, we got to be creative. Everything from a stay-at-home tea, $20 a ticket, a stay-at-home tea, give a little tea bag, and you function. I'm serious. But people will do that.
As long as it's a cause, right?
If the cause is great, and if you got a good writer, some of those fake things, it's amazing when people call on me. When they call me, I asked them, I said, could you give me your attorney general number, the state number? These guys are hustling people, but they use the veterans, they use cancer, they use heart, and they raise a lot of money. Yeah. You know the guy who is the president of Wounded Warriors? You see that story on CNN? What was his salary? $1 million? Something like that. Wow. What? His salary.
They weren't giving their money to the
The point I'm saying is, black folks have been ripped off since slavery because we are the trusting, God-fearing people. And I'm saying, but I believe one thing that Reagan said, you trust, but you verify. And all I'm saying is that we had, right now, we should focus on the next 6 months and get at least 600 people to commit to this situation and tell them, we don't want them to send any checks. We want the bank to send a check.
Oh, you want to
understand? So we don't, but they got to understand. They got to be 49.
49.5.
We want them to sign this little thing, and each month their account will be debited. No more than $10. You said it was $8. That'd be 8 times 12, like 6, right? That'll be $48 that goes to the scholarship fund each year, and we got the membership. How much money do we keep out of that membership? How much money do we keep?
I mean, we membership dues is $50.
I know, but how do we keep that?
We operate from that. Yeah, we operate from within that. Yeah.
And let's focus on, and we do a telephone fund to call these folks by regions and say, we need 200 folks from your region, Aggies and non-Aggies.
Look, we're not expecting people to give us their bank account number.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I don't actually.
Yeah, no.
I won't give, I'm not gonna do that. I won't give my money that way, ever. I don't. I'll write a check, but I'm not.
Ever.
Okay.
I even recently, I've had a client come in here. Lady got plenty. And she says, I will only be paying cash from now on because they're jacking, people's accounts. So I'm just gonna do cash. So I would send money, but I don't think I would be just giving to organization. No, because it's too hard to get rid of them. Because if you decide you don't want to do it or by debit,
she's right. People don't really give up.
It takes weeks to stop.
How come I telephone bill everything on my
Okay, going back to the sake of time, it's actually 5 o'clock now. But again, I think what we were saying before was focusing on membership, targeting the reasons. That may be a better way to go about it.
Do we have the list?
We do have a list.
No, the question is, do we have
Regional
We have regional reps with 4 out of the 8 out of the 6 regions.
Yeah,
we're sent out.
Okay, so I should look at my email to Rob and find a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's a hard copy of it, but Rob has sent out something. But each regional person has it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, each regional person has it.
So 4 to 6 regions we have.
Right. And the other regions, I may have one for the second region. I mean, the region number 2, which is Unique County. And there's another person I just met who emailed that's from Region 1. I'm going to see if that person.
And that's Bergen.
Yeah, person.
Hudson.
No, it's Sussex. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Northwest. Okay.
So we got a lot of stuff thrown out here today. I'm excited about all the engagement just on fundraising. We didn't get through much of the other parts of the agenda.
Yeah, but without fundraising, we don't even need to be here.
Well,
So
that's
I'm okay with that
fundraising is good,
conversation.
but there's other things in here that I want to touch base on quickly. But I like targeting the regions as far as the fundraising is concerned. I still wouldn't give up on the raffles. I think we can do that, and we can do the targeting of increase in membership. So I would still look into that as far as the raffles. But also target the people paying their dues.
And this letter, I mean, we're gonna get something going with that.
Yeah, I'll have a conference call maybe next week with the executive board. We can talk about this regional structure and how to increase the membership, targeting to the region stuff. But we'll talk about that offline. I just want to quickly go through the rest of the agenda. College fairs. We actually have about 14 people that are certified now. Not actually. I take that back. No, we have 9 people that are certified in the state. A couple in South Jersey, a couple up here in Central Jersey. The next training that's online is from March the 21st to April the 1st, and as many as you can, get the word out to see how many people more can get certified. Once that time period ends, then you'll have to take an assessment, and that's open from March the 21st through the 9th. Again, this is online. It's very simple. They give you the review charts and everything that you just download, and prior to taking the assessment, study a little more. So, but this certification is only good. It's only good. Right. It's only good June 30th.
every year?
Yeah, you get certified every year.
What?
Because requirements change over the years, so they want to make sure.
That is a bit
everybody's
ridiculous.
Well,
And they wonder why folks can't pay a membership?
well, it's the process. And, you know. it
Can
is
we
what it
get
is.
feedback as far as on of sharing the challenges that we're faced with?
I've been telling them about that. I have a challenge going on right now. I get people, it's further down on the agenda, but the HBCU New Jersey Network, it's a group of us, presidents from the different HBCUs, and they know about a lot of these high school college fairs that's going on, and they'll ask us, hey, can you guys participate? And it's 3 weeks before the event.
Right.
And it's embarrassing to me to have to say,
Right.
We can't participate because we have to do it 30 days in advance for the request. So that's a challenge that I'm going to bring up to the university, that we're part of this network and we find out information as it comes. I think if I'm certified already, I should be able to participate.
But may I ask you one question? When you're having the president's meeting of the regional from different states, are they voicing that same opinion? You know how they used to have those meetings? I don't know.
And I haven't read it.
Okay, so no one.
I have no clue what the other AT.
No board then.
This is a new
They kind of, let's make sure you come to annual meeting, you can.
Annual meeting, this is what we brought up, so. Anyway, so I have the updated list. We have 9 now, before we had 4, so we doubled. and hopefully, get the word out for people to try to become certified. And then we'll have to overcome the 30-day thing. I'm gonna try to see if we can get that waived somehow. We have one event coming up and March the 19th is the Alumni Scholarship College Fair that Rob is going to be participating in. Gerald, I don't know if you're available. I'll be there. And Travis, you're
Yeah, I took the certification.
yeah, that's right. You're certified. Yeah. You're doing it the 19th. If you're available, we'd like you to participate. The one from March the 12th, we call this the HBCU College Recruitment Fair. That's actually being operated out of the city of East Orange. The mayor's office is actually the one that's responsible for sponsoring this college recruitment there. And I put the request in on February 11th. I have not received a response yet on whether we will participate. The mayor's clerk called me several times to see if A&T was going to be participating. And I told her we have to go through this process. She told me to give me the name of somebody at your university. I will call them and tell them how important it is to have A&T in this. The alumni from the state since it was here. They're right here and there's no cost. And so this was this past Friday.
Did you give her the number?
Hmm?
Did you give her the number?
No, I called your, well, I'll talk offline.
I would have given her the number. Let them hear from somebody else.
Exactly.
I sent them the email, so they're aware of what transpired. So, but I'll follow up on it on Monday. But anyway, so that's another one. The recruiting table cover, I inadvertently left it at the last fair that I participated in, and I told everybody at the last meeting that I would pay for the cost to, replace it. I went online and looked at a few places, venues online, and there were some reasonable prices. I sent that to the university to check to make sure that they were okay with it. No, do not order a table cover.
They told you, no,
They had other chapters that are inquiring and they want to go through and make sure we're all on the same. Do not order a table cover.
So they're gonna send you one?
No.
no.
They
gonna
want
be another
to
2
make
years.
sure. So I sent them a link to the site that I was looking at, and they was like, don't. So anyway, they told me I could use a blue one, just a blue plain one if you want to have something. They would suggest that, but wait until I hear back from them before.
So you.
It's important for branding. I mean,
Yeah, I understand that, but chop chop, you should have a logo, you should have some.
Well, we have one.
No, I mean, as a university, they should have them to send to.
But then you couldn't find it,
The
then
art.
you couldn't find it.
That's fine.
I don't know. How long? I didn't order it that long.
No, I mean, where you left it, they couldn't find it.
No.
I went through my emails, I don't have the Region 5 list.
Okay,
I just
we'll
went
get
back
that
2 years.
Okay, we'll get that back out to you.
I'll send it.
Anyway,
So
so
we do have the old dated tablecloth from the old Northern New Jersey chapter that has a lot of A&T information on it, but it does say, I believe it does say Northern New Jersey chapter, but it's old and it's dated. Okay, so.
Well, if you're in Northern New Jersey, it won't hurt.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
I'll give you the table toppers, so you should have them.
All right.
Yeah, I'll donate them to
Thank you.
you.
Community service, right now, we have nothing on venue for community service. If you have some venues in mind that you want us to support, shoot an email out and, we'll, whoever's around can participate. I think it's always good to have some type of community service event where at least people will recognize, this is North Carolina A&T and breast cancer awareness walk or whatever. It's really giving recognition and it's doing something positive too. So a couple of social events that are ongoing. Well, one, this MEAC basketball top tournament. That was just mentioned, I guess Rob, myself, and Gerald. I got an email from the president of the New Jersey Alumni Chapter for Howard University, and he was talking about a venue during football season since we're back on the schedule there. And I think Rob talked about, we had this venue where we would go and go to a sports bar and meet up with the other school that we were playing. And it was pretty cool. And so we said, well, maybe we can do it for the MEAC basketball tournament. I think the championship game is the 12th of March. But, there's some other games between Thursday and Saturday. I don't know what the love of Aggies are going to be in it at this point, but it was just a thought that we would put out there and see if people are interested in doing that. And we could, all of us that are part of the MEAC can participate in it. So that's just something that we just threw out there. It's not confirmed yet or anything, but I'm going to follow up with them.
Okay.
Just to follow up with that, the Howard University alumni president did contact us There's a reason for contacting us because A&T is playing Howard for Howard's homecoming this year. And so he wanted to know, he was trying to gauge our interest in the two alumni associations doing something in DC around Howard's homecoming. And then we made a recommendation that there's probably going to be a lot of people from A&T and Howard that will not go to the game in DC, but who might want to go to a sports bar in New Jersey to view that game, similar to what we did with Hampton and the other school that we say. So that's kind of how that was being driven.
The other thing on the menu was Crossroads Theater. What was it, last month? They had it was a play called College Colors. It was awesome. I think it was a great time. A lot of the HBCUs, they called it Legacy Night, where a lot of the HBCUs and sororities, fraternities were represented. And they want to have another Legacy Night on April the 15th when this play called Fly is going to be presented. And Fly is dealing with the Tuskegee Airmen. So again, they want us to represent HBCUs and other, I guess, sororities and fraternities. It was a nice packed house that night. So they'd like to do that again. And for some reason, they want to recognize the presidents of all of the HBCU chapters that were there before, and I don't need recognition for that. but I will support it again. And that's what senior send-off. This was brought up at last month's meeting. Let's have something at least that even the students, I think we talked about even the students that got accepted, that are going to A&T, it'd be nice for the alumni to have some type of event to meet and greet with them. Let them know that we do have a chapter in New Jersey when they go off. And I think it was better that way versus going to have a senior send-off where we're trying to convince them to go to A&T. So I talked to the university about that because, again, you know, it's a thing with them giving us the information, you know. So what they said, if you want to have something, let them know the date and they'll do the marketing. They'll send out the information to the students for us, but we don't have to even do that. That's great. And so, you know, I said that would be good then. Of course, we'd have to pay for any type of food or whatever, which they didn't get much last time.
So they don't send information.
They don't send you a list of the names of the students, but they will send that information to the students directly from the from the university.
They'll tell you. I'm sure
they will let us know.
But how would we know how many people?
Yeah.
Well, that I'm quite sure they give us that information.
Yeah, that's probably why it's in 68.
Right.
So they'll give us an RSVP list.
I think they'll let us know how many people are coming.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the regions, I don't know.
Is that something you could ask them ahead of time before?
She just got back to me last Friday. I'm going to follow up on it, but I think it's something that we should do. Just to engage with them.
Well, when would we want to do this? Because we need to talk about this now in preparation for.
Well, in the last meeting, Stephanie did say she would open the house
said
to it
she
again.
would open her house again.
Yeah.
So we need to give them a date, right? So they can get moving. So it's April or is it May? I can't remember.
It was in the summer.
Or
Closer to when school.
Yeah, your house one year.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in the summer.
Yeah, well, I remember we started the
Oh, it was
process in like
April.
February and then
April.
Hers was in April.
But that
Stephanie's was in April
because we
too.
were trying to convince students to
Before
go
the
to
May- to
A&T.
May.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think ours will be more so.
Once
They've
they
already
graduate,
accepted
accepted,
their
yeah.
And they'll be home by June.
So when you're thinking early, mid to late June.
Not
And then
July.
and the students that are currently there will be home too, so we can invite them to.
I'll be at the beach in June.
So for the June, I would say in the June time period.
In July.
But we'll have to pick a date and then I have to respond back to them.
I know June is hard because they're graduating and Father's Day.
And then our chapter meeting,
Can't we just do it the last week in June?
and you can invite them to the
Some
chapter.
people, some people, some people, graduate the last weekend.
Oh, do they?
It's hard enough getting them to even respond.
I mean, you know, as long as it's before August,
There you go, it has to be before.
you know, as long as it's before August, but
Right.
we need to, I say by next month, we should definitely have well, actually, now, we probably need to do that by the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, because we don't know how long does it take them to respond back to you? A month? No, I'm talking about the school, A&T, the administration, but that's my concern. If they're slow in responding, how long is it gonna, how long did, when you sent that, when you made a suggestion to them, were they quick to respond within a week, or did it take 10 days?
Well, I should respond right away.
Okay. Because they're looking for a date from us.
Right.
So we need to at least have something, we need to contact Stephanie and see when her home is available.
I said, that's why I was saying the June time period, because of the fact that it's going to take them to, even if we send something to them, it's not safe. So we just think about that. You know, so we can have it in after that.
One thing we always have to keep in mind is freshman orientation.
Yeah, that's coming up too.
Isn't it in August? What time of year is that usually?
It's in the summertime.
It's in the
It's a few consecutive weekends. So we just have to make sure that we don't conflict with those.
Okay.
The last thing on the agenda, and we'll get everybody out here, is again, we have this HBCU network, and it sort of came out of the food bank, the HBCU Day of Service thing that we had. We had the different presidents of the New Jersey chapters of various HBCUs participate in that, and it sort of grew up out of that. Actually, I was supposed to be at a meeting right now that they had. Yeah, right. And so that the other presidents of some of these universities that I have listed here are actually meeting right now. And what we're trying to do is strengthen that. So when we do have like fundraising events, we can support one another's in it. So, you know, hopefully we'll be able to establish a network with them, participate in some of their fundraising events, and they'll do the same with us.
Awesome.
And they'll promote it throughout their websites too. So,
Awesome.
but I'll follow up with the president of the Howard University who was spearheading this and find out more information. So that's it. The next regional meeting is at region number 6, and it's at the Lighthouse. And Brother Norman Jones is actually at his home.
Is that the one we was planning to go and then at camp?
Right.
Yeah,
That's the
maybe
one
really
that
good place.
Pope.
And who is it?
He's a regional.
We need to carry,
That's
we need
regional
to
6.
carpool down there.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I'm in Monmouth County, I'm by the ocean, a mile from the Parkway.
Well, maybe I'll
Exit 109, if anybody wants to meet at my house in
I'll meet
carpool.
at her house.
Yeah.
Where you
Because
at again?
Maze Land, I'm exit 109 off the Parkway, I'm down the shore now, in Monmouth County. So if anybody wants to meet at my house in carpool down there, I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay.
I cover Maze Landing and
Shoot
Cape
us an
May,
email.
so I know.
So is that like south of Atlantic City by chance? I mean, I don't know.
Maze
so around
Landing?
geographic.
It's around Atlantic City.
Maze Landing is south of Atlantic City. I cover
Is it
Maze
even
Landing
south?
and Cape May. I go there once a month.
Yes,
Yes, it is. Maze Landing is about 20 minutes, 30 minutes south of Atlantic City.
Just one for the good of the
Yes.
order.
Yes.
So this is the 1 and 6's reunion year.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we
wondering.
can provide some information about that, particularly in regard to fees. We're now in the period of regular registration,
Yeah.
which is up to March 22nd.
Right.
After March 22nd, you're going to pay an extra $25 for late registration.
Class reunion.
Fortunately, I'm in the golden class.
Hey, I'm in the silver, brother.
I'll be
Nice.
Silver class reunion.
Okay. Yeah, and I think it's on A&T's Alumni
Yes,
Association
yes.
website. Where you can register. Actually, can you tie that into our site? Okay.
No problem.
So,
Just remember, if you register online, there's gonna be a PayPal fee.
Yeah.
Now, I sent in mine, hard copy, snail mail, put my credit card there, and they still charge me PayPal.
Wow.
Because they process it.
So, yeah, they process. But I did call Crystal William, and she says, no, there is no convenience fee for using a credit card. I just got in the mail, and I told her, it wasn't about the money. It was about the process.
Yeah, they should have told you.
I got in the mail just Saturday. They sent me a check for $4.50. I'll pay that. I'll put that toward my.
Well, I use PayPal to pay my rent. Wow, that's messed up. But I'm glad you brought this.
All right, so anybody that wants to go down to the regional,
Yeah, Cliff, I'll send you I'll email, because I don't have everybody in here's
send it to
email
me, and
address.
then I'll give it out.
I'll send you my street address. I'm a mile from the Parkway, exit 109.
And you're how far from?
Mays Landing, honestly. Well, Cape May. Mays Landing is about 20. It's not far from Atlantic City. It's not as far as Cape May, but it's a good 2-hour drive from where I am. So if you all want to park at my house and then we carpool, we can do that. I just trust it better than the rest stops. Unless you guys want to meet at a rest stop somewhere and carpool, it's totally up to you. I can fit about 8 cars in my driveway. 4, 6. Either way, I wouldn't worry about that. Either way, it's.
So again, say that
We
one
should
more time.
carpool.
It's 20.
It's 2 hours.
It's about 2 hours from where I live.
It's 2 hours from you?
Well, Atlantic City is 1 hour and 45 minutes from me, so it's about 2 hours.
So it's beyond Atlantic City.
It's beyond. It's south of Atlantic City, about 20 minutes. Actually, Mays Landing is not that far from Cape May. Cape May is the tip of the station. It's the bottom, the very bottom.
Or
of
we
the
could just comp a room in Atlantic City, spend the night.
So
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, let's go get something to eat in Atlantic City.
It was
Maybe the church, do a little brunch.
Okay, I guess that's it. The meeting is adjourned.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
I would ask a question of a national alumni.
No, I'm no longer.
Well,
I'm no longer on the
you
board.
still.
But you can't go ahead.
There's a $2 billion bond issue. in North
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah. What?
2 or 9?
$2 billion bond? On what?
Yeah, ANT's getting $90 million for new engineering.
Oh, yes,
Well,
I
my
did hear
question
that.
is, who's following that burger bill in North Carolina, restructured HBCUs? Who's following that? No, my folks informed me about this burger bill.
It's a burger bill.
You know, Burger, he's a new Republican thing.
Yeah.
They're gonna restructure the black
I
colleges.
saw that on Facebook.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Did you put that on,
Yeah.
Gerald?
I've been asking this question too.
I saw it, but I didn't.
I saw that on
ANT may
Facebook.
survive it, but Little City's not gonna survive. They're gonna be, University of North Carolina at Little City and some other stuff around the state.
It's like
It
AT
may
is
not be
opening a new
public yet.
school
I mean, my folks informed me
Building a
last
whole
week,
school.
and I'm gonna get another briefing tomorrow night.
under the AT.
So this is all
That's what
under
it's
that
saying.
bond.
So AT, so
People-
AT's got
bond
money to
issue
build a whole
is
school
phase one.
at another location.
And most folks don't know about the bond issue. In fact, they give it, I'll send everybody a copy of it.
Well, I think we got it. I think, yeah.
You know,
Well, I get the AT news. Right. It was an AT.
Breakdown.
No, broke down. Yeah, we didn't get that.
I just got that, we just got the AT news this week. You know,
They don't provide us with the breakdown.
I got the whole breakdown.
I mean, you said.
When you send that, yeah, electronic copy of
And
it.
then I'll send it.
Send it to,
Just send it to me, and then I'll forward it. I'll forward it.
Travis, you was
It's
gonna
the
say something.
15th, but it has not really made a lot of newspapers in North Carolina. My people kind of keep track of everything happening.
Email in there, don't forget. Yeah, and then what we'll do, I'll forward that to you.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, you had something to say?
Yeah, this is one of the who's the jazz band, one of our past like fundraisers. I guess they're doing some fundraiser.
So
Oh.
Valerie
Valerie Adams.
or
Bradford.
Bradford Hayes.
And then that last.
Quintet.
Was your folks.
Was that your folks' last name?
She had seen it. It was,
That was your people.
You might be a fan, you like about who for our jazz fan.
Where did you get
I would suggest Valerie Adams.
Valerie Adams.
Who did you guys like best? Valerie Adams or the other?
But it's called something else. She's somebody and Valerie.
Yeah.
There you go, Dimensions and Valerie. Future is Valerie Adams.
Yeah, because they're almost
Well, that's
R&B.
just-
Yeah,
Oh,
R&B, I don't care if they're jazz. Ratchet is jazz.
Right.
So what do you
On
want?
that note, the
what
meeting is
jazz?
adjourned.
Travis,
Thank you,
there's two
everybody, for
different,
coming
if they
out.
want jazz,
Don't enjoy.
Bradford.
Jazz is Bradford.
Bradford.
Valerie
is R&B.